Inside Thailand's dark rituals, love spells, curses and witch doctors in Isan. In the last video, we talked about black magic in Isan, but that was the surface. Because once you start speaking to people, really listening, you start hearing stories that don't get talked about openly, not in tourist videos, not in guidebooks. Stories about love spells, rituals for money, people going to witch doctors, and relationships that feel manipulated. In parts of Thailand, especially Isan, these beliefs aren't rare, they're normal. Now let's strip away the mystery and look at what actually happens, because this is not random. These rituals follow structure. For example, with Sakyant tattoos, the process is highly ritualized. Before anything happens, the person has to bring offerings, flowers, incense, candles, sometimes alcohol, cigarettes, or money. These are given to the Ajahn or monk as a sign of respect and submission. Then comes the ceremony. There's chanting, invocation of spirits, and the belief that something is being transferred into the tattoo itself. Some research literally describes this as the tattoo acting like a bridge between the person and the spiritual forces. And here's the part people don't realize: the tattoo isn't the magic, the ritual is. Now, getting the tattoo isn't the end, it's the beginning. There are ceremonies like Wai Kru, where people return to their master every year. These rituals are meant to recharge the power, maintain protection, strengthen the connection of the spiritual world. So, when someone has multiple tattoos, they're not just collecting designs, they're maintaining a relationship with the spiritual system, almost like a subscription, except the consequences feel a lot more serious. Now, let's talk about what people really want to know. Love spells. This is where things get uncomfortable because it mixes belief with emotion. These are rituals believed to attract someone, keep someone loyal, stop someone from leaving. And these aren't always done through tattoos. Sometimes it's blessed oils, amulets, spoken chants, or rituals performed by an Ajahn. In many cases, the ritual is designed to influence desire and attachment. Now here's the key detail. There's no scientific proof any of this works, but belief. That's where the real power is. Because if someone believes they've secured a man, their behavior changes. They become more confident, more controlling, and less fearful of losing him. And suddenly, it looks like the ritual actually worked. Now, let's put all this context into nightlife, bar girls, freelancers, anyone working in unstable income environments. They're dealing with unpredictable money, short-term relationships, constant competition. So what do people do when life is unstable? They try to control it. There are rituals specifically believed to attract customers, increase earnings, and improve luck. And this isn't some fringe thing. Even academic research in Thailand has pointed out that superstition and spiritual practices are often used as a way to cope with uncertainty and insecurity in life. So again, it's not just about magic, it's about survival. Now we go deeper, because monks are one thing, Ajahns are another, but then you have something else entirely. Spirit doctors, witch doctors, especially in Isan. These people operate outside temples and they deal with things most monks won't even touch, removing curses, communicating with spirits, and performing rituals for love, revenge, or protection. And in rural communities, they're respected because belief in spirits isn't optional there. It's part of daily life. Now, this is where things get messy, because once foreigners spend enough time in Thailand, they start hearing stories, and you'll see it all over forums and discussions. Some people genuinely believe something happened to them. The first step is believing in curses. Others talk about rituals, rules, and ceremonies they had to follow for days, including restrictions on food, behavior, and daily habits. And some say nothing happened at all. So you've got two completely different worlds. People who believe something affected them, and people who think it's all psychological, and both sides are convinced they are right. Now, one thing that makes all of this powerful is the rules. After certain rituals or tattoos, people are told, don't lie, don't steal, don't disrespect others, and follow specific lifestyle restrictions. Some even involve avoiding certain foods, avoiding certain behaviors, and following strict moral codes. Break the rules, people believe the protection disappears, or worse, backfires. So when something goes wrong, it reinforces the belief. And this is where Isan stands out, because Isan is more rural, less influenced by modern urban life, and more connected to traditional beliefs, which means belief in spirits, magic, and unseen forces is stronger, is not filtered, is not toned down for tourists, it's just part of life. Now, let's cut through everything. Even if none of this is real in a supernatural sense, it still has real effects, because belief changes behavior, and behavior changes outcomes. If someone believes they are protected, they act with confidence. If they believe they are cursed, they act with fear. And both of those can shape real life results. And that is the part that most people miss. So when you hear about love spells, curses, witch doctors, don't just dismiss it, but don't blindly believe it either, because in places like Isan, these beliefs sit in a grey area between culture, psychology, and something people can't fully explain, and whether it's real or not, for the people living it, it shapes everything. And there's one more layer to all of this, which I'll speak about more deeply in a future episode, something that ties everything together. Ghosts. Because if you really want to understand Thailand, especially Isan, you have to understand this. A lot of Thai people don't just believe in ghosts, they're genuinely afraid of them. We're talking about spirits, like Pi, a general term for ghosts or spirits. Pi Tai Hong, spirits of people who died suddenly or violently. Pi Pop, a feared spirit in Isan believed to possess people. These aren't just stories told to kids. They're part of everyday thinking. People will avoid certain places at night, leave offerings for spirits, refuse to stay in certain rooms or houses, and take rituals seriously to protect themselves. Even in cities, even with educated people, that fear is still there. And this connects directly back to everything we've talked about, because tattoos, amulets, rituals, blessings, a lot of it comes down to one thing: protection, not just from bad luck, not just from other people, but from things they believe are out there, watching, influencing, and sometimes interfering, and whether you believe in ghosts or not, if you spend enough time in Thailand, you'll notice something. People do not laugh this stuff off. They respect it, because in their world, the line between the physical and the spiritual is a lot thinner than most people think. Thanks for listening. This has been Thai Talk with Dan Unleashed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and ciao for now. Bye bye.